I'm back. Got done talking to my uncle. Now, this is going to be sex game. Why most men like to have sex with sluts. Now, I did say I was going to make this video, and this is for men that are from the age of 18 to 60. So, we're going to bump up the age limit up to 60. Now, this video is for mature men. So if you have a mature mind, if you're mature and you're an adult, you can understand the adult content. You know, I am going to upload this video onto my post channel and my altering channel. Now, as for the main channel, certain videos will go onto the main channel and some videos just will not. For obvious reasons, because I'm running out of space on my main channels. Like, it's already up past 200 videos, and I think there is a limit to how many videos you can put on one channel. That's why you see I have this channel, and then I have the emergency channel. Because one day I'm gonna run out of space on this channel, and then you're gonna be trying to figure out what video I'm referring to, and then you can't find it. And it's to save you trouble of going to my old YouTube channels from 2 years ago, because those have too many videos. So you understand where I'm coming from. Now, the reason why I call the title Sex Game, Why Most Men Like to Have Sex with Sluts, is because a lot of men don't want to admit that they actually do. And what I mean is, I'm going to use Bar Sinister, which is a golf club in Hollywood, and I'm going to use this old store that I used to work at that's no longer in business, and when I say the name, you'll know what I mean. I'm not going to name no employees, so don't be asking me in the video, Alex, can you name the employees? Because if they're huge fans of YouTube, not necessarily my channel because I'm an asshole, but if they ever run across this video and they find out I'm mentioning a store that just mentionedly went out of business, they might take it personal, because some people love that store that worked there, and then there's people who worked at that store for 4 years or 6 years. They hated working at that store. But the point is, it's out of business. Just recently went out of business. Now, I can say the name, but I am not going to disclose, who worked there, because you can be sent to court and they can sue you for mentioning their first or last name. And we're not going to even give them character names, because they now have new ways, and I'm talking about lawyers and attorneys. They have new ways now that even if you were to give someone a character name, they still have grounds to sue you. You may not think that's possible, but in other places like New York City, you could use somebody's first and last name and get sued. You can give somebody a character name in New York City and still get sued. If you're using a character name, I think that you might get off on a technicality, but you still might have to still go to jail or some community service. But if you use somebody's full and last name without permission and consent, oh yeah, you're going to get jail time, community service. Yeah, so we're not mentioning no first and last names, no character names. We're not going to tell you who the employees are, male or female, young or old, black or white, because it's to protect their identities. Because I can run into these people in Hollywood. I can run into them in Santa Monica. I can run into them back at the Grove. I can run into them in Century City, Santa Monica. I can run into them at any time at the end of this year or the beginning of 2020, or 5 or 10 years down the road. I can run into these individuals, and if they like me, they might either try to give me a better job, or if they see this video, they might go from thinking I'm a nice, cool person to a full-blown asshole. So don't take it personal if I don't mention the names. It's to protect them, because I have respect for these people, and even though I admit that I'm an asshole, they have some respect for me. So I want to protect their names. I don't want them to feel like I'm throwing them under the bus, because you get on YouTube and you want to make a name for yourself, you start throwing people under the bus. Now, at the store called Top Shop Top Man, in that store, when it gets close to nighttime, it would be an element where you would just see a whole bunch of women who shop at the store dressing very slutty and skanky. Breast all out, butt all out, ain't wearing no panties and no bra. And a lot of times, as a loss prevention security guard, the women would walk up to me and their breasts just be right in my face. And it was hard for me to go, God damn. like, and it's in broad daylight. I'm like, is this a store or is this a nightclub? Because I'm confused right now. I'm trying to do my job, but I don't want the managers to be like, Alex, stop looking at ass. Alex, stop looking at the breasts. Alex, stop being a pervert. Because, that would happen a whole lot, and, that's how I got in trouble with other girls in the store. Because, they ass be out, breasts be out, and I'd be like Ice Cube and Chris Tucker from the movie Friday. I'd be doing that, damn, I'd be doing that shit. And I had this one short black girl that thinks she's Gabrielle Union, and she'd be like, boy, stop looking at that ass before I have to bring your ass in the office, because you're looking at ass too much, and that's why these hoes be tripping and shit. Point is, men do like women that are sluts. They try to tell themselves they want a woman that's a nice angel and shit. And they think of these Walt Disney movies and these Walt Disney television shows. And you see the proof that you can tell that men are hypocritical is that a lot of black men and white men and Latino men, in secrecy, they like women that are nasty, slutty sluts. They say they don't, but they do. Because think about it. When I go to Bar Sinister, what do I see at Bar Sinister? I see black women, I see white women, Latino women, I see Asian women dressed in golf attire. The short mini skirt dress. She ain't wearing any panties, any bra. Butt is out, breast is out, butt hanging out. And the men don't be having a problem with it. And I'm going to give you the biggest shock. It is a beta male men who are dating women that are slutty. And you see a lot of these guys have average jobs. A lot of these guys are security guards. A lot of these guys are janitors. They work for FedEx, UPS. A lot of them are in college. A lot of them do internships. That's before you get a real job. And a lot of these guys do find these women physically, sexually attractive. And they don't seem to care if these women are average or below average, as long as they get to take these women out to lunch and dinner, or at least a cup of coffee. That's all they care about. And if they get to score, and you know what scoring is, that's all they care about. They don't be, oh my God, they don't be doing that movie from the Home Alone with Holly McCoakland in the 1990s. A lot of y'all millennials probably heard the name Home Alone, or probably seen that commercial from last year where Holly McCoakland was, in there with the haircut trying to resemble his character. But the first film, he would do that. Oh, you don't see a whole lot of guys do that. The woman, it could be a 300-pound white woman with golf makeup on, black fingernails, black toenails, a black dress, 300 pounds, and you can get a guy of my stature who's big, strong, and powerful that plays basketball and football, and he ain't gonna be going, oh my God, it's a fat whore. And guess what goes on in there? All types of stuff. You got people that drink, you got people that are into drugs, and you got people that are into vampires and werewolves. You got people who have a fascination of walking on the wild side. I mean, you can call it the wild side, you can call it the dark side, but you got people that like vampires, they like werewolves, they like witches, they like warlocks. They're into dark entities. And when they go in there, they express how they feel. And you have women that are so sexually repressed that the women come to that place because they can't express how they really feel. So a lot of these women are sexually frustrated. So we always talk about men being sexually frustrated, but nobody has the balls to come on YouTube and talk about women being sexually frustrated. These are the women that men be going on YouTube and talking trash about. Oh, she's a thought. She's a slut. And it always gets brought up to my attention that if she's a whore, a slut, or a thought, why are you chasing her? Why are you trying to ask a thought out to lunch and dinner? Why are you trying to ask a thought out to the movies or to the mall? Because they're trying to copycat the alpha males that they see in the movies and the television shows. Like when I go to Bar Sinister, it's like I am fucking Marlon Manson. without the makeup. It's like I am the lead singer from Korn. Because people look at me and go, didn't you come to this place last week or 2 weeks ago? And I'd be like, it's been like at least 4 months that I have not been here. It's like I have rite of passages to Bar Sinister. Now, I don't try to be better than anyone else. I just try to understand the golf subculture, understand the culture, be friends with everyone, and don't be judgmental. And I'm an asshole, but I don't be judgmental. And I fit right in. I have a lot of things in common with these people. They like video games. I like video games. They like comic books. I like comic books. They like Dragon Ball Z. I like Dragon Ball Z. And, if I see somebody resemble a character from a movie, I'm gonna walk up to them and say, "Nice costume. It's badass." They see me wear the rock shirts. Every now and then they might give me their look. That's a badass rock shirt. Where you get that Corn rock shirt from? And I'll tell them where I got that Corn rock shirt from. And my experiences there are more positive than negative. Like when I go there, a lot of times it's like I walk in there and it's like I'm the main character of the movie. It's like I am Dracula the vampire. If I want a wingman, I can get a wingman. If I want to talk to a girl by herself, I could do it. If I want to talk to a group of girls, I could do it. And you see, the reason why I say men love women that are sluts, the vast majority of men, is because when I go in there, what do I see? I see black men in the golf club. You might say, black men in a golf club? What the hell? What the hell you smoking, Alex? What the hell you drinking, man? I've seen black men at a golf club. I'm talking about black men that be talking about they can't stand ghetto ratchet black women. I've seen black men at a golf club. I've seen college white guys at a golf club. And you'd be like, but these guys play basketball, football in college, and they're going to a golf club. Yeah. I've seen Latino men go to the golf club. So when I say the vast majority of men do like women being slutty and skanky, they actually do. And these be women who look at Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Hello Kitty, and will even dress up in a Pikachu outfit, and you will see a guy trying to ask for the phone number right on the spot. I've seen guys ask strippers for phone numbers. And then maybe 4 months later, if I go back to Hollywood, there I see a guy taking a stripper out to lunch and dinner, and then I'm going to leave that to your imagination. I'm going to leave that to your interpretation. I'm not going to even tell you what happens because I'm trying to keep this video as PG as possible. I've seen men who are built like bodybuilders. Guys who look like they're personal trainers at the gym. Guys that are weightlifters have sex with fat white women and fat Mexican women, 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and nobody going, man, you need to raise your standards. I've seen guys between 6 feet to 6'8" come in there and approach women 4'11", 5'2", and nobody complains. I've seen guys who don't even call out the girl being slutty and skanky. And then guess what? A lot of the girls that be slutty and skanky be the same type of girl that you would have hung out with in high school and college. Or you saw her at work, or you saw her at the gym. And you've probably approached her 10 to 11 times total. And because you can't tell the difference between a woman of class and a woman that's low class, you didn't think nothing of it. And then you go to that golf club on a Saturday night and you find out she a freak with it. She transformed overnight, as they say. They always say from an angel. I think if you look at Fast and Furious 4, there's a scene in the movie where Van Diesel says 80% devil and 20% angel. Well, that's actually a true statement that he said in that movie. And that's what most women are, is they're 20% angel, and as soon as it turns nightfall, she transforms into the freak, the super freak. And you'll see it. I've seen men who go to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, that's bigger, stronger, faster, that does cardio, that does weight training, ask fat white women and fat Mexican women that are 300 pounds, 400 pounds out to lunch and dinner. And then some 6 months later, have sexual intercourse. And no one's going, man, raise your standards. Man, what's wrong with you? No one's doing that in this place. I've seen men date women that are midgets, and everything went off with a perfect hitch. I've even seen men go as far as to hit on someone's girlfriend, and the guy was completely comfortable with it. Now, at a nightclub where you're surrounded by Crips and Blood gang members, you probably get shot, stabbed, jumped, probably police called on you 5 times for doing this behavior. In a golf club, as long as you're physically, sexually attractive and you have lots of sex appeal to 80 to 85% of women, you pretty much can get away with just about any type of inappropriate behavior that will shock you. I've seen guys approach women that's 30, 40. You could have a golf white woman that's 50 years old, and they'll ask the woman out to lunch and dinner, and nobody's going to bat an eye. I've even seen guys hit on the lady who owns the place. And people be like, dude, that's old enough to be your grandmother. And these are heterosexual men who are doing this. Now, you probably might say those are the manginas and the simps. And there you got some manginas. You got some simps. You got some beta males. But then you got alpha males who dress up in a dress shirt, dress pants, and a tie, who are also doing this. And these guys look like that there might be multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires in secrecy. Like, if they wanted to, they could buy the place if they wanted to. As far as I know, they could probably buy half of Hollywood if they really wanted to. They could buy up 7 buildings. With the kind of money they got, they can buy 7 buildings. I'm not making this up. And I've seen guys ask strippers out to lunch and dinner. And then later on, you use your imagination. I've seen guys approach girls with tattoos and piercings. And when I say tattoos and piercings, I'm talking about the girl's got 5 tattoos. The girl's got 10, 15 tattoos all over her body. And take out the woman out to lunch and dinner. Take the woman out for coffee. And then if it's Halloween, oh, it gets turned all the way up in that bitch. I mean, girls ain't wearing no panties, no bra, butt is out, breast is out. And I do not see none of the men calling the woman out for her behavior. And I made a video called Sex on Halloween. And I'm going to reiterate that into this video. Now, the reason why I say that is because they are. You get men from college, white guys and black guys who play basketball and football and baseball in college, that are sexually frustrated going to this place. You will get a girl who's into the dominatrix, and she'll pay, I think you have to go to another place to do it. And women will pay to get handcuffed, pants pulled down, and you'll see her ass cheeks, and you'll get some man that's in his 40s or 50s spanking her ass like he's Catwoman. Remember Catwoman from the Batman Returns movie, right? You get some men that will spank women, and you'll get some women that will spank a man. I've seen that shit too, firsthand. Now, you probably might be saying, Alex, what kind of freaky ass shit you be into? Well, I'm just trying to tell you that most men do like women that are sluts. Now, the same women that be starting that sexual liberation, they be in the golf club. And guess what? It don't matter if the woman is 4'11", 5'2". Doesn't matter if the woman is 6 feet, 6'2". I've seen men who like tall women, short women, midget women. The men don't care. The girl could be tall, short, midget size. They'll ask for the phone number, take the girl out to lunch and dinner, and then 6 months later, smash. The woman could be 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. Take the woman out to lunch and dinner. 6 months later, smash. The girl could be a stripper, and they will smash. You could even get a girl that's bisexual, and the same thing will happen. Then you have, and this is how you find out that you can get invited to swinger parties, where they go there and they recruit you, and then you be trying to figure out what is a guy and a girl that's in a relationship doing with this guy or that guy. That's how they have the threesomes, the foursomes, and the orgies. If you're physically sexually attractive, they don't mind you macking to their girlfriend. And the girl will even say, I want that guy. And now when you first go into an environment like this, you're trying to figure out, should I do it? Should I not do it? I've actually felt on some girl's ass and nothing bad happened to me. Whereas if you did that at the Grove or at Santa Monica, you probably get arrested 15 times for doing that type of inappropriate behavior. So I've smacked on some fat ass. I've smacked on some small ass. I've even groped women's breasts. And they've stood there and let me grope their breasts. And these were slutty women. Now you might say, well, that's because they're slutty. Then I've done it to some girls who don't dress slutty and they're not slutty. I've even done it to them. And you'd be surprised, I've had girls ass grind on me. You have girls that get drunk. And I've even had one golf girl, I would say back when we had St. Patrick's Day, stalk me. Like, she got drunk, and then the very next day she found out that I worked at Top Shop, Top Man, and I ain't gonna tell you what she did because it's inappropriate to describe what she did in the store. But she tried to give me a nice private freak show at the place where I work at, where the manager could have just said, "All right, fire Alex. I'm tired of this shit." I was this close; it could have actually have happened. But my point is, men like women that are sluts. And you see, the guys that are beta males, the guys who start that, oh my gosh, she's a slut, she's a skank, they be saying they want a woman that's physically, sexually attractive, right? And anytime somebody say, tell these men to go to church, they'll look at you like you're crazy and you need to be locked up in a straitjacket and throw away the key. Like Batman Arkham Asylum. You got men that like to screw women like Poison Ivy. You got men that if they saw a girl dress up like Poison Ivy, they want to go ask her out to lunch and dinner. They see a woman dress up as Catwoman or the Black Cat from Spider-Man, they want to have fun. You got men that will go as far as if they see a woman dress up as Deadpool, they will ask her out. Like I said. And guess what? You'll be surprised and you'll be shocked of the freaky stuff that you see in there. You got men who will dance with a girl knowing that she have a boyfriend and be sliding her phone numbers. You know, a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram. And guess what? If a woman like you, if she find you physically, sexually attractive, these women are so bold, they'll walk up on you and ask you to dance. They'll even look at you and signal you to dance. And you'll be shocked. You'll be blown away by the experience. And you see, when this first happens, you're not sure, should I touch some ass and titties or should I just be on my good behavior? You dance, and if you feel on some ass and titties and the women think you're cute, you'll get away with inappropriate behavior. If not, then when you get out the club, you're going to see at least 7 police cars outside the bar. Then you'll know you should have not done it. Then you have women who actually will recruit you to take part in threesomes, foursomes, and orgies. But that's if you're physically, sexually attractive. That's if you got some sex appeal. That's if you got some game. That's if you know how to talk socially. That's if you have some interest. Like if you're in the Pokemon, and I know this may sound stupid to a lot of men, if you are in the Pokemon, a lot of the women will just screw you or let you screw them because you like Pokemon. I know it sounds silly and childish, but a girl will let you smash because you like Pokemon. Like, a lot of the girls that are slutty, they go to the anime convention. And they leave the anime convention, they go to Bar Sinister. And they dress up for Halloween. Guys who dress up for Halloween have a faster chance and a fast response time of getting phone numbers, email messages, Facebooks, Twitters and Instagrams 7 to 8 times faster than a guy who just dresses up like a normal person. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to mess with a guy that dresses up like a normal person. What I'm saying is when you go into that environment, you find out how full of shit and how hypocritical most men is. I've seen bodybuilders, weightlifters go in there. And you be saying, if you're a bodybuilder or a weightlifter, why would you want to come to a place like this? I've seen bank investors, I've seen lawyers, I've seen doctors come to this place. And you might say, well, those men are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And you know how they say younger women and older men? Yeah, I've seen it in that place. The younger women mess with older men, and I've seen younger men mess with older women, and then you got guys that like fat women. You got guys that like women that are bisexual. You got guys that like girls that are slutty and skanky. As soon as they see a girl with tattoos and piercings, they walk straight up to her and get the macking. And you know what makes most women that dress slutty and skanky very angry and furious? When you stand there all day for 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours in the club and you don't approach. They get very enraged when you don't approach. They get very angry and enraged when they get all nice and dressed up and they got their ass out and their breast out and you ain't trying to talk. They get more angrier if you're not dancing, and they get very pissed off if you're not grabbing no ass or no titties. Because then they think you're gay. They think you're homosexual. They get very furious. They get very angry if you just stand there all day and you're not trying to talk. You're not trying to dance. You're not trying to do nothing. You ain't trying to at least get a couple drink and walk up and say, you're not trying to do nothing. And I've seen guys scared to talk because they're afraid they might get me too. Now, I'm not saying there ain't no incidents where a girl said back off. What I'm trying to say is the girls that you be going to high school and college with, go to a golf club like this. Then you have girls that are not golf. They're not emo punk, but they go to this place. And no one is saying raise your standards in this place. And these be multi-billionaires and millionaires in complete secrecy that if they wanted to, they could buy Bar Sinister and make 7 clubs in 7 different locations if they wanted to, because they have that type of money. I've actually spoken to doctors, lawyers, and bank investors that make so much money that you would never know if you didn't talk. That say, yeah, I own West Bank. Yeah, I own Union Bank. I own 3 Union Banks. Yeah, I'm a doctor in Beverly Hills. Yeah, I work in Santa Monica. I work with celebrity clients. And you be like, man. And then they have rock bands. And like I said, and yeah, you do have some guys that are, I ain't going to describe it, but you have some guys that get accused of that behavior. I'm going to leave that to your imagination. You'll figure it out what I'm talking about. I don't want to bring it up, but you know what I'm talking about. But the point is, most men like women that are slutty. Now, when women go after the bad boys and the players and go after the alpha males, it's because those men don't be judging the woman because she got all these tattoos and piercings. The man don't judge the girl because she likes to have threesomes, foursomes, and orgies. Or she want to have sex in front of her boyfriend and she want to see how he reacts, positive or negatively. If the girl say, I want me a black man, she'll do it because that's her fetish. Now, you have situations where a guy will meet a woman and the woman will right off the back say, okay, let's go back to my place. This is how you can get away with, I don't have a car, I don't have a job. There's rules you got to follow. Got to learn how to talk, got to be sociable, got to have some serious interests, got to have some game, and you have to look good. That is a definitely must. You have to at least self-improve to the point where she can picture herself with you. If she was to dump her boyfriend right now, would you be the best option to replace her boyfriend? So you have to at least be on that level of sexual attraction. And I've even caught some pickup artists and dating coaches that have gone to this place. You know how they say don't date average and below average women? Bullshit. the pickup artists and the dating coaches be messing with average and below average women. I've seen some dating coaches in Hollywood take out a bunch of guys that are in high school and college trying to learn pickup, and they take them to Bar Sinister. They take them to all the nightclubs in Hollywood. With Matt Crosby talking about in the 33 alpha male secret videos is actually 100% confirmed. I've actually ran into 2 or 3 pickup artists. I've even had one try to signal to recruit me for his quote unquote teaching process. I've even had guys accidentally mistaken me for a pickup artist or a dating coach. I've had girls drunk trying to stalk me and chase me down. I've had fat girls looking like, yeah, I want to go home and have him take me down. And I've seen bodybuilders and weightlifters who can get supermodels, they can get fitness models, can get any woman they want on the planet Earth, decide I want me a slut. And you be like, but you're a bodybuilder, you're a weightlifter. Well, why would you want a girl that's a slut? I've seen it. Doctors, lawyers. You're a doctor, you're a lawyer. Why would you want a woman that's a slut? And these are alpha male men. These ain't just manginas and sims. These ain't just beta male men. These are heterosexual men that are rich and famous with money, looks, and status going, I want me a slut. I want me a girl with tattoos and piercings. I want me a girl that's feminist. Matt Cross told you that there are stories of guys messing with women that's feminists and smashing a girl that's feminist. Girl be talking about, I'm feminist, hear me war. You know, I want a man to respect me and don't call me slutty. And then I've even heard some girls in the golf pro call me slut. And the man would actually call the girl a slut and the girl would get all happy and excited. But I also said they get very angry and upset if you're not socializing, you're not drinking alcohol, you're not trying to be on Facebook or Twitter, and if they're ass grinding on you, they want you to be happy and excited, not standing like, oh my God, she's a whore, she's a slut, oh my God, what do I do? She don't want you doing that. That's not a turn on to her, that's a turn off. And when she see that you're scared, that she got her ass out and her titties out, that tells her right there that you can't deal with a woman, period. So if I smoke and drink and do drugs, I can't do it around you at work. I can't do it at school. I can't do it at the gym. If I saw you at the mall or the movie theater, I can't do it, period, because you're scared of my sexual nature. So if I wanted to do a threesome or a foursome or an orgy, you'll run away and hide and don't come back. So when you see a woman decide, I want to mess with a bad boy, I want to mess with a player, I want to mess with alpha males, or I want to mess with the basketball player or the football player, the reason why they go after those men is because those men don't do the Home Alone. They don't do that. They don't do that. Because those men understand that you got to have a strong mind. Like I said, I've seen things that will make the average man go to therapy and never come back. I've seen women throw up for drinking too much alcohol, and a man would take her home, and I'm going to leave that to your open interpretation. You can use your imagination. And these ain't just women slutty doing it.